builders, parents, and collectors. Welcome to the Creation Evaluation Station. On the last 2 episodes of Mock and Model Monday, we have been looking at the 30-minute missions series by Bandai. And now we're going to be looking at their sister series, the 30-minute Sisters series. Yes, we're going to be looking at Rishetta here and also her options pack. Now, before I get into it any further, I just want to let new viewers know that I do in-depth reviews of models and construction kits, both new and old, mostly Lego, but other products as well, such as Bandai. And I also do reviews and discussions of other creative works, such as movies, video games, and animation. Because they are in-depth, they can be on the long side, so make sure you're using the timestamps that are embedded here in the red line or down in the description. Let's take a closer look at that box. Sisters Rishetta. Here you can see different images of her, then modifying them with different hair parts, which are not included. You have to get them separate. And they also show her with some of her option parts here too, which we do have those, but they're also not included. There's the bottom with a close-up of her face. And there's the other side, showing it being mixed with the 30-minute missions. And we are going to be bringing back the model I already put together and trying parts on with this. Even though the colors don't match, we're going to have some fun with it just the same. And of course, you can always paint yours if you don't have matching colors. But yeah, that's that. Oh, and this is the way the option parts are packaged. Just the envelope leg of this. You can see them on her, although we kind of saw that already with the package. I don't know why they did this. This is definitely supposed to be her options pack. The first couple of these 30-minute sisters came separate from their options packs. I don't know if they just wanted to make it cheaper so people to introduce it to them or not, but yeah, it's a bit weird. But the newer ones have come out. They already have their most of their weapons and stuff with them. So this is going to be different. This is kind of mecha. It's called Mecha Musume or Gunpla Gao, mixing robots with girls. Going to be kind of interesting. Like I said, it goes with the 30-minute missions stuff, so you have attachable parts and you can customize it any way you want. So I'm really kind of excited to see doing one of these for the first time. It's going to be kind of like the Suletta Mercury figure, I think, except these are much more, not quite so stylized. Like, she's supposed to look exactly like her character in anime, while these are totally different. So let's go open these up and check out their parts. Let's see what we have inside the box. First, a snip and a pull and pop. Got one bag of runners. Got 3 runners in there, different colors. We have another bag here with faces in it and other head pieces, as you see over here. We have another bag with much larger runners in it. We got 2 runners in there. I got one with different colors in it. And that's it for the bags. Then we have our instruction booklet. I think this is the main page of it. It folds open. Yeah, okay. Is it showing it with the customizing with the 30-minute missions and customizing it with other option parts, including hair parts. I fortunately don't have any hair pieces. There's the parts list in the pamphlet. Got some colored images there. And the rest of the instructions are in black and white. Showing different ports and stuff. Got some like the little chibi character helping you out. We've got all our runners out here. We have a black runner. This is D2 and D3. Yellow runner here, which is backwards. C3 and C3. Oh no, that's C5. Okay. And we have hairpiece, and it's literally marked HP for hairpiece. A1. We have our faces and our head pieces here. Some neck parts in there as well. What's that one called? FP? Face part? Face part. Face part A4. And these are all face parts A. Oh, no, they got numbers on them too. 1, 2, and 3. A bit weird how they did that. Then we have another black runner here, B3. Okay. There we are. B1, B3, and B4. Oh, there's a B2. Then we have this large colored runner over here. Got peach, yellow, and more black. This is A1, A2, A4, probably an A3 on there. I'm not seeing it. I don't know. But yeah, that's a big one. Got more body parts on there. So there's all our parts. Let's go put this little gal together. Here we have our Rishetta all put together. So check out her posability here. She's got ball joint on the neck here, and a second joint and the bottom of the neck that's just back and forth. And there actually is another joint on the top that goes side to side like that. But to be honest, with the ball joint there, you almost don't need that. But it doesn't hurt to have extra joint there. Then moving on to her shoulders, she's got a ball joint there, and there's an additional joint inside that lets for a little bit more motion. And then she's got an upper arm rotation there, elbow rotation that's more than 90 degrees, but it's only got one joint there. And then wrist has on a ball joint like so. Now the waist, she's got a joint right mid-waist, a nice crunch. And then down here at the hips, there's a joint there. And you can see it goes side to side. It's a ball joint in there, so she's got quite a bit of contortioning she can do. And then you have the hips, which you see there, can't do the greatest of splits. You can pull out the legs down further to go even further out. And you also got back to front. It's not too bad. Upper leg swivel, and a knee that is on a double joint, and she can bend pretty far back, kick herself in the butt, almost. Then we have ankle rotation here. It's on a ball joint. So there's side to side, front to back, and plenty of motion. And you can see she stands okay by herself. You gotta balance her right. But she also has a port right back here that you can use to put a stand on her especially if you want to do a really good action pose. She probably could stand on one leg, but it's a little bit hard. Get her balance just right. That and really small feet. Yeah, almost had it. But yeah, a stand is better off having a stand if you want to do a really good action pose. But she can stand just fine. And she sits really good too. Like if you hold her legs up here, like so. She can sit with her legs hanging off pretty good. So let's do a comparison here. Move this out of the way. Let's get out the Grand Peppy Gundam and get a size comparison there. She stands taller than he does. And then here is the Suletta figure. So they stand about the same height. And have very similar structures in how their body is formed. Now, the third minute sister, Rishetta here, a lot different because it's designed to be able to do more with, while Suletta here is supposed to look more show accurate and also has, you know, clothes and stuff that's part of her design. So they aren't gonna look exactly the same in that aspect. Now, we're not done with Rishetta yet. This is her in her bare form without her accessories. I'm not gonna say she's not naked. She's got clothes on, but she doesn't have her accessories on. And then after we put the accessories on, we're then gonna put her option parts on as well. So she's got 2 more steps before she reaches her final form. Here we have the options pack coming in this plastic bag. Now the really great things about these is they're sealed with some sticky stuff that is resealable. So if you wanted to throw your parts back in here, you could. Although with what I plan on doing, I'm going to keep them on our main girl here. I will be not doing that. But let's see what we got here. We have 3 runners, an orange one, a small black one, and a skin colored one. Not sure what the skin parts are for, but also the instructions for it are inside. You'll see this comes with this. Got showing combined with other things, but inside there are the instructions. So you can keep your instructions safe as well by putting them in the plastic bag. We have our option parts all applied here, and I must say I think she looks even better with it. Now there is maybe some minor modifications that you might want to do if you don't want to totally customize her, that is. Most of this has got some nice color separation just simply by the parts, but the hands here and the feet have some nice sculpted detail in there that probably could use a little bit of panel lining and stuff that you could do to make it not look so all yellow. Maybe even a little bit of extra like black on this at some point would help improve it some as well. But yeah, without any modifications, it actually looks pretty good as is. Now we have a bunch of leftover parts over here. These are the shoes that she had from her unarmored appearance. And these here are the parts that go on her arms and legs that you'll see here. Oops. Well, we'll just take that right off anyways. And I'll pull this armor piece off here. And this plain yellow one right here used to be on here, and you replace it with these that have the peg on, which then allows you to have hard points to put armor and other assorted things on. It's also, she's got wrist things here for her claws. But the same with the parts here on this thigh here. This is also attached to a hard point, which is one of these larger ones with the peg sticking off the back. So that allows for a lot of customization and additional armor and weapons attached. And those were all part of the original kits. Now onto, she's also got several, or a couple extra faces here, and her extra hands, her holding hands, which we'll make use of them in a little bit. But the options pack had this as an addition, and what this does is it allows you to add the heads of these guys, the sisters, onto the bodies of the 30-minute missions kits. And also we have this here, although I don't know why they had to give us an extra upper thigh, but the part down here allows you to attach 30-minute mission lower legs and stuff onto these thighs and give them different feet and stuff that way. I don't think there's anything different with these thighs, and per the instructions you can do a similar thing with her regular legs, so I'm not sure why they did that. And also, you don't even really need these, because if you pull these off, you have these. Now, by the way, this is where this gets attached here. That, but yeah, when you pull this off, you end up just this. And if you like take the hip joint out of the 30-minute missions, you can place this inside there. So these really aren't necessary, but it's a nice additional option parts. So now you've seen all her forms, we're going to start doing a little bit of fun with customization. So we're going to use all these additional kits here to customize our Rishetta here, and this is going to be fun. So what I do here is not necessarily the only thing that you can do. There's a lot to be done with this. We got all sorts of different ports everywhere, like there's hinges here, there's a hinge here, there's a hinge on the shoulder pad, and there's additional holes and ports where things can be attached on the sides, legs, and the front of the legs. So there's a lot here. There's even places on the feet. I'm going to show some examples of messing around here with these, but you can, even if you don't have these, you can do whatever you want. So that's the really great freedom about all these kits, and the more you have, the more you can do. Although you don't need to go to extreme measures either. With just a couple kits, you can do probably quite a bit, which we'll see here in a moment. Word of advice when using the neck extension piece: it has a tendency to get stuck in the head, but it's easily removed with a pair of tweezers. So, time for my final thoughts and a quick evaluation. I really like this line. This one anyways. The model kit was really interesting to put together, especially the main body. The arms were kind of on the simpler side, kind of basic. Nothing too surprising there, but how the hips were designed was rather interesting, and even the head and the hair. And overall, when you get done, it looks pretty good. Now, I was surprised. I've seen, product images and stuff like this. I was expecting like a more vibrant yellow or orange, and this is a much more paler orange. It's, almost a yellow. So I was a little surprised with that. Nothing bad about it. The color scheme still looks good. I just was expecting a brighter orange. And I must say, she looks better. She looks really cool with all the armor on from the armor set. Really makes her stand out. Definitely gives a tiger vibe with some of the stripes. Plenty of color parts separation. The only things that could use some tweaking is the claws and the feet, maybe the little ears up here, although they don't look too bad from the front. I'm looking at them from the back, and they have detail molded in, but they could use a little bit of panel lining and such to bring that out just a little bit more, especially the shoes and the claws, because they look like the shoes definitely look like a kind of a yellowish blob, but there's more detail down there that if you can bring that out with. Other than that, it's got great color separation, and this is very much built like the Suletta from the Figure Eye Standard line, although it is designed, unlike her, which is supposed to be very show accurate. This is designed to be able to have all sorts of ports and stuff, so you can add attachments. And even with when she's geared up like this, she still has more room to add more things. One, there's a backpack with a lot of attachments on it, and then shoulders have hinge attachments up here. There are hinge attachments at the end of her gloves. There's hinge attachments here, and there's also peg holes on the end of the gloves. Her knees and her sides here all have holes to add more to them. So, and even her boots, the bottom of her boots, there are holes. So you could add more to this if you wanted to, with different parts and stuff. So that's really great. And despite all those attachment holes and everything, it also still looks good. Still quite impressed with its appearance. Now, it's unarmored form. It's okay. I think she looks better this way, which is kind of how they intended. So if you can get this, make sure you can get the armor pack as well. I think some of the armor sets are a little bit easier to get than the main figure. I'm glad that the later ones, although they cost a little bit more, have all the armor come with them. They definitely look better with the armor than just a stripped down form. And you saw hopefully in the review and other stuff showing how this could be modified and customized. Now, I did some pretty simple customization by just switching parts and stuff like that. You could do something much more intricate than that if you have the right pieces and have an idea what you want to do with it. Now, as far as when I combined it with like the Gundam parts, that may not be true of all Gundams. That was HGRX, and it may not be quite as compatible as other ones, or maybe even more so compatible with some of the other ones. But it was still fun, and you could still easily attach things, and it looked pretty cool. It's got full range of posability. There's some extreme, almost full range. There's some extreme positions that she can't quite pull off, like a full split going all the way straight out to both sides. Now, front to back split, yes. Some of the arm movements are, well, in this mode, definitely restricted a little bit with the shoulder armor, but that's about what you expect with any piece of armor. But without that, she's got plenty of moment, rotation, got lift. It's a very poseable model. You can pull off some different poses. And oh yeah, I think I forgot to mention this in the review. She can pull off standing on one foot with the armor on. The feet are a little bit bigger and give her a little bit more ballast to and surface area to be able to stand on one foot. It's a little bit harder getting her balance, but she can pull it off better this way. Easy model to build. There were a couple little tiny small pieces that just were like caps that would go in the front of the knees that you don't even see on here, because once you add the extra armor, you're using them for that. The couples pieces weren't too small in the head, but it's not that hard to put together. And her overall character design looks pretty good. Like I said, without the armor on, it's a little on the weaker side, but when you put that armor on, overall it looks really good. Anyway, so I ended up giving this a 9.5, and it's a fun little build on its own. You want to get the options. Her option parts, which is the speed armor, looks a lot better. He looks even better with that on, and really, really nice. Though you don't have to get that options part. I think, as you saw in the review there, I used an options part from a 30-minute missions, and it came out pretty cool, actually. Although you did need parts from this options pack, but it wasn't necessary. You can combine these without using the other option parts. So this is definitely a different model kit. We are going to be not normally covering this. I mean, I'm going to bounce around to all sorts of different things. So we are going to see more Mecha Musume. We're going to definitely see more of the 30-minute Sisters line. I've got a couple more of them, and hopefully I'm going to pick up more. I really had fun putting this together, and I think they're really cool and cute at the same time. They keep the cute factor when you put the extra armor on, but I think it's cooler looking with the armor on, for sure. But yeah, so we're going to be revisiting this too, but not next. Will be a regular Gundam video, but we're going to explore other models as well, mainly in the science fiction type genre, just because that's kind of where I like to be at. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like. And if you're new here, subscribe and hit the bell for notifications. But also check out links down in the description to Facebook and Twitter. And follow me on either one of those, unless you want to do both. Because I tend to give out notifications faster on there than YouTube has been. Although they're starting to get a little bit better, I've noticed. But it is still there as a backup if you want. And there's a Patreon down there to check out as well. Not much there, but every little bit counts, and you don't have to donate to help the channel. Just whatever you do here, watching it, subscribing, commenting, all that good stuff helps the algorithm on YouTube. So that's it for me here at the Creation Evaluation Station, reminding you that creativity is key.